Ancient Albatross here with the Cypher Unlimited crew, and it looks like we have the entirety of the Cypher Unlimited crew this time. We have everybody who helps make this community so wonderful for everyone. And thank you all for stopping by to watch, by the way. So yeah, we're going to do a quick little introduction of everyone. I guess I'll go first, and then I'll lead who goes when, with the introductions. But yeah, I'm Ancient Albatross. It's your boy. I'm playing Vance, the risk-taking warrior who uses heavy weapons. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to tackle this sci-fi horror game that Dean is orchestrating. So yeah, let's go next to Shar. Shar?
Hi, I'm Shar, your gang. I am playing Zhuo. No, you know what? I can't pronounce it. Zhao.
Ciao.
That's what I'm playing. I'm playing Zhao. I'm an inquisitive adept who's part machine.
Ooh.
Nice. Oh, sorry, I forgot him. Anthony! I'm so used to everyone just knowing, but either way, Spigs, 18. Who are you?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Anthony, a.k.a. Spigs 18 from the CU, and I'm playing Jonathan Graves, a perceptive explorer who transcends humanity.
Nice. That sounds exciting, actually. Let's move on to Haplo.
Hi, I'm John. I'm Haplo808 on the Discord, and today I'm playing Waikai, an intuitive speaker who talks to machines.
Nice.
And let's go on to a Spangle Maker.
Hi, I'm Spanglemaker, real name Ollie, and today I'm playing Tolas, who is a mystical warrior who is a super soldier.
And yeah, that sounds super fun. Actually, it's gonna be an exciting game with this roster. And then, lastly but not leastly, we have I said leastly. I did that on purpose. We have our wonderful GM Alpha Dean.
Hey everybody, AD Alpha Dean or just Dean. I'm here tonight to run these guys on the adventure called the Phantom Overdrive Overtures. And basically these guys are pioneers in the realm of faster than light travel. Something was developed called the Promethean Drive in the year 2200. And these individuals were the first humans to actually use the system. Our game is going to open up with them in stasis pods because they use stasis pods just for safety purposes. For the first time, the overdrive system is going to be kicked in. And, the populace has lovingly dubbed the Promethean engines the Phantom Overdrive system. So our game is going to open up with the first trials of the Phantom Overdrive. So without further ado, if everybody's ready.
Could we just check if anybody's listening, if everyone sounded clearly and they heard us all okay?
Oh, yeah. Did you hear us out there in the world? Somebody give us a hit
thumbs up
on Twitch.
I shouted a quick message into the Twitch chat for anyone, most likely Shrooms, because he's my boy, but yeah, I'm assuming everything sounds okay. He didn't mention anything when we first started.
Alrighty, so we're good to go.
Yeah, and everything looks good on my side. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's, oh shit, Sharon's here. Oh, that's Sugar Honey Iced Tea, Sharon.
Hello, Sharon. I don't know who you are, but hello.
Quack Quackers on Twitch. But yes, I believe we are good to go then.
All right, guys. So, as everyone is, preparing, saying their final goodbyes to the people in the world, and basically getting ready to move forward. You guys all take your places in your stasis tubes, and you know that you're supposed to be within your stasis tube for approximately 17 minutes from once your flight takes off and you move outside the solar system in order to activate the Phantom Drive for the first time. So when you get into the stasis tubes, it's supposed to be a 17-minute window, and then you're supposed to be let out, but at that time it's going to take all the readings and everything else that you guys need, to make this whole thing happen.
Awesome.
So,
Oh, the music.
needless to say, everybody's milling around and there's excitement and everyone's, energy is, all your senses just seem to be engaged at this moment. And you're hearing, the soothing sounds that the computers are playing as you go under. And everything goes black. It fades to black for just a moment. Next thing you know, your eyes are fluttering open and your tubes are open. What is everyone doing?
I go.
Okay.
No, I sit up, promptly stretch, look around the room just to see what I see.
The room looks extremely. It looks strange almost. There seems to be dust deposits and calcified looking areas.
Do I see anyone else?
Their pods are opening as well.
Oh, we're just like in a line or like a.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. All right, yeah. So I look over to see if anyone else has woken up.
Jonathan, the whole time he was under stasis, he was clutching his a crucifix on his chain. So when he slowly opens his eye, he looks at the imprint of Christ on the cross that's embedded in his palm, and he feels like he's dreaming for a second, and then he shakes his head to get rid of the cobwebs, and then he immediately jumps up and looks both ways to see if any of the other pods are open.
Yeah, the other pods are opening, and you notice that the other male characters there, your compatriots, have all grown beards.
I put my hand to my face to see
Yes.
if I have as well.
Yes, you have at least what you're used to. If you let your beard grow, you have at least maybe a month of growth, at the very least. But you're in a stasis pod, so everything is slowed down. So, give me a intellect roll.
Me?
Yeah.
As I'm noticing this, I'm like, guys, what's going on? As I roll my intellect roll.
What do you mean, what's going on? We were in stasis, and now we're somewhere.
I got a total of 6. The first roll of the day, baby.
That's why you need to pick up your physical dice, bro.
Yeah, you guys, I guess we're gonna roll physical dice because nobody can see the dice on roll 20, but you can use roll 20.
I don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
I use roll
you
20.
You can do either.
I don't. Yeah,
Either
I
or,
don't.
it doesn't make a difference.
As long as the dice gets rolled. But
To reply, I'm gonna go. Look at me.
I start stepping out of my
I grew a
tube.
beard.
Well, yeah, we were in stasis. For how long was this trip supposed to take?
17 minutes.
Yeah, I say that. I said, hey, no way this was 17 minutes.
As I start to get out of the pod, my knees buckle and stumble because of not using your muscles for so long, and I almost do like the scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz.
All of you feel extremely weak.
As I see him do that, I try out. I kind of sit on the side of my pod, and I test out my legs real carefully before I stand up, and I'm kind of wobbling back and forth. I'm like, this wasn't supposed to happen. What's on the walls?
Not having seen or heard Wakai or Tolas, I look around and I say, Wacky! Tolas! Where are you? You guys okay?
I don't feel so hot.
Oh.
Feel something. It seems wrong. We shouldn't have a beard. Not for a 17-minute trip.
Oh, man.
Exactly. This is really strange. Have we? We need to check the neutron timers to see exactly how much time has passed.
And look at the walls. Like, what is all this?
What's going on?
I attempt to step out of the pod as well. You know.
While
my
you
legs
guys
all
are
weak.
talking, I'm gonna crawl towards the wall, and I'm trained to notice details and identify anything. Can I utilize one of those on the roll?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's see. Oh, no. All right, so I'm gonna just add 3 to the roll of the d20. I got a 10.
Oof.
All right. So when you stumble out, you are realizing that there's just from what you tell, this looks like the accumulation of at least a year's worth of no contact. Everything is, as it was, but it's just a little fine layer of dust, things that would just accumulate. I mean, even though you're, in space, there's just that strange space film that, forms over things that after a time of no use.
Would I know how long it's been? Like just, or that would be something I wouldn't know.
You can check the chronometers.
Guys, whatever this is, we've been here a while. Somebody check the chronometer to see how long we've actually been here.
Do we have like our gear handy, like so we can? Is there like, are we wearing it? Is it like
All
in
your
a
gear,
locker?
all your gear is basically in the storage area. You guys are in the stasis room. The stasis room has, your lockers for you to, place your things in. So all your gear is there.
All right, I'm gonna wobble over to my locker, and I'm gonna get my stuff out, and like check the chronometer on my like suit.
Seeing everyone starting to mobilize, I just try to take a mighty step towards my my locker as well. But I'm not regarding how long we've been in stasis or my weak body, and I just fall flat on my face because I'm not trying to be hindered by anything going forward. But
All
my
right.
body has different
So,
ideas.
Zhao, when you
And I start crawling towards the locker.
when you open up your locker and everything, and you pull out your chronometer, it shows you the exact date you left, but 1 year later.
Do you say something?
And 17 minutes.
1 year later and 17 minutes. Exactly.
Guys, I think somebody messed up the year.
I said, what you mean? I crawl over. I'm still not able to stand. So,
Yes, that's why. Stay down there.
I said, show it to me.
It's been 17 minutes and a year.
My God. Stroke my beard.
I like check and make sure I don't have a beard.
No, you don't have a beard. You're good, Zhao.
So where are we?
Somebody looking out the ports, or someone checking the navigational.
I'm going to head to the navigation array if I can.
Wait, grab all your stuff before
yeah.
you go.
I'm gonna put some pants on.
Exactly.
Having seen at least 2 other crew members fall over, I'm gonna carefully, holding on to my pod, climb out and kind of wobble over to the to my gear and gear up.
And I do the
right.
same. I grab
all of
myself
you-
up with a locker.
Everyone, give me a mic defense roll against a difficulty of 2.
Yeah, I get to roll my dice. Oh! I got a 1. I legit got a 1.
A 5?
I got an 8.
All right.
I got
We'll get
11.
to your GM intrusion in just a moment. So everyone who got over, who beat the difficulty 6 or better, you're a little unstable, but you realize, after being in stasis for so long, you need to replenish your body fluids. And you all find the bottles of nutrient water and, start chugging. But my friend Vance, you just start choking and he falls over unconscious. And he's kind of foaming at the mouth. You can see looks like he's suffering from extreme dehydration.
I'm gonna run over and try to help him, like pour the liquid in his mouth, open his mouth up, and try to pour some.
Oh wait, do I have a water bottle? Wait. Do I have an off-camera water bottle?
Zhao, give me an intellect roll.
Why is everybody drinking? I feel fine. I got an 18.
Zhao, you realize that you probably need to get the med kit and give him a shot.
Give him a shot. Right in the heart.
Very strong stimulant, because just giving him some water is not going to do it.
You see water spilling out the side of my mouth?
Keep him still and make sure he doesn't swallow his tongue or choke. I'll be right back.
I'm gurgling because of the water in my mouth. Oh.
Come back with this crazy
the lack of
needle.
water.
No, he's pouring water in my mouth.
Oh,
actually, no, it's like one of those guns that has a needle in the end.
Right.
Wait, I'm still there. Just
I have a quick question. Who's flying this rust bucket?
The computer right now.
Autopilot.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
Right,
Literally.
So you give Vance a shot.
Where am I being shot?
Where are you shooting him at? Zhao?
I'm shooting him in the neck.
All right.
Okay.
It's close to the throat. Seems appropriate.
Is it like a shock wake up or
gives
is it
you the shot? So, Vance, you wake up. You feel a little bit better. You're off kilter. You're going to be hindered for the next 10 minutes or so.
Gotcha. But was my wake up gradual or sudden?
Yeah, it was sudden because she hit you with a stem. She hit you with a stem pack.
I shoot up, say, "Oh my God!" and then the syringe comes flying out of my neck onto the ground. So what the hell just happened? I shake my head, wipe water and foam off my face. What's going on here, guys?
We just saved your life. So you're welcome.
Thank you. I shake
So
her hand.
who's headed to the bridge to the navigation array?
I am.
I'm gonna head up there too.
Awesome.
I'm just laying on the floor catching my breath.
Does anybody have navigation on their sheets? Does anyone have any sort of piloting skills?
Nope.
That would be you there, Vance. I mean, Graves.
Me, not me.
I don't have
I've
anything.
got learning. Is there a book? A tutorial? Maybe a YouTube?
All I have is find a way, but I'm not trained in piloting or anything like that. Does that make a difference?
You should be trained. You should be the one that's trained in piloting.
Oh, okay. It's not on the sheet. I'll put it on there. All right, so I'll head off with them as well.
All right. So, give me everybody who's headed towards the bridge. Give me a perception roll, real quick.
I'm still there gasping for air.
I have does notice danger help? Probably
What? I'll let you use it. Go ahead.
Okay. Or I'll use learning. That seems more appropriate. 16.
13.
I got a 12.
I got a 12.
Perfect. Everybody, you guys are walking along, and suddenly you stop because as you're walking along and you're looking out the windows, you notice there are no stars. None whatsoever.
Something has gone really wrong here, folks.
I start sprinting towards the controls.
I look for other windows to see if it's just it just happens to be an empty part of space over there. But on the left side, it's fine. And I just pointed to the right when I said the left side.
No, it's not.
It's
not fine.
It's not fine. Guys, it's not fine.
I'm still trying to gather myself. I don't know what's going on.
Did we leave him?
Yeah, I'm just, everybody, he didn't just revive me, just left me there. Like, he's good. He's awake. He's good.
Fine. You're alive. I'll drag you along with us.
All right, so I guess
I'm sprinting towards because I want to turn. My ultimate goal is I want to turn off autopilot as soon as possible.
Okay.
I guess I'm up on my feet now with Zhao's help. Dust myself off, wipe off the foam off my shirt. So
Okay, the two of you in who are still in the stasis room, you hear basically you hear this noises in the background that shouldn't be there.
Does it sound like what we're hearing on Roll20?
Yes.
Huh. I look at Zhao and I say, "What the?" Like I whisper, almost like side-eye, like I don't want to. I feel like someone might be listening to us. I'm like, what the hell is that? Can I do a roll to
their iPod on?
Can I do a roll to see if I recognize the sound at all?
Sure.
I'm rolling a different die this time. Alright, I got a 10 and I'm not trained at anything that'll help.
No clue.
I try to listen.
And as abruptly as it started, it stops.
You heard that too, right?
Heard that weird beeping noise?
Yeah. I think we should go tell the others about this. I don't feel right.
Well, you're still dehydrated and kind of high on adrenaline right now.
Everything's gonna be okay. I take a water bottle, I chug it, and I start running towards like the control room where everyone said they were going. I'm a risk taker. I don't want to worry about that.
Did we make it to the cockpit?
Yeah. The minute you start heading for the door, the sound comes back.
Who, for me or them?
For you two.
I mean, I'm already running out the door if I can. If I hear it on the way out, that's fine, but I'm already running out. I don't know what... I'm like, Zhao! It's not safe. Turn around.
I'll go with him.
We don't know what that is! As I run towards that. Where did everybody go? The cockpit?
And as you run out, you no longer hear it, so you're headed for the bridge.
Alright, that's what I'm...
All right, so we're going to cut to the bridge, and then we'll have you guys burst into the bridge in a few moments. So,
you get to the bridge. My camera... Oh shit! Alright, but yeah, I kick the door down. I was like, guys!
We'll get to you in just a minute, Vance. So we move back to we move to Graves, Wakai, and Talos making their way onto the bridge.
I like to have a player intrusion. Use my 1 XP I got.
Okay.
We have XP?
As soon as I run in,
Yeah.
I go, Talos, hit those switches over there. As I jump into the seat and I start turning on all the switches to take it off, I tell Talos, hit that switch over there. And I want 1 XP, that switch to be the cameras that shows us all the different compartments of the ship. Can I do that?
I won't charge you a player intrusion for that. That's viable. So that's good. Yeah, so he hits the switch and all the cameras come up.
I won't be looking at the cameras because I'm too busy trying to get us out of autopilot.
Wait, I have a question. Are we supposed to be the only passengers? Like, is this the full crew?
Yes.
Right here? Okay, so we're not like missing anybody.
No.
Okay, good.
All right. So you flip on all the cameras. You're not paying attention. Anybody look at the cameras as you flip?
I guess Talos would be because he's flipping the switch. Yeah.
I'm looking at the cameras.
And I'm gonna be trying to access ship logs to try to figure out what has happened.
All right. So, Talos, you're flipping switches. The cameras are starting to pop up. And in the galley of the ship, you're seeing, looks like you can't make out. It's almost like the camera's been deteriorating or whatever, but you see images or silhouettes of something, but it's kind of formless. It's kind of hard to make out. And as you sit down to, hit the ship's logs, Wakai, voice, identification.
It's Wakai, ship.
Oh, Lieutenant, so nice to hear your voice.
Yeah, it's good to be back with you, ship. What has gone on here?
Now, Wakai, I know you like to call me ship, but I do prefer my name, the Promethea.
Sorry. I still waking up, Promethea.
Still waking up? You were only under 17 minutes. It makes no sense.
I didn't grow this beard in 17 minutes. Something has gone wrong.
The internal chronologies of the ship shows approximately 22 minutes has passed since we left the outer edge of the solar system and activated the Promethean drive.
That doesn't jive, Promethean.
My systems are infallible.
Can I check my personal chronometer?
Yeah. When you check it, your personal chronometer shows 1 year, 22 or 23 minutes now.
Promethean, are there any subsystems that we can check? Can I sync my personal chronometer with the Promethean?
Of course, but that primitive device will probably overload. You do realize I am a quantum computing machine with a positronic overlay.
I do realize that, but I'm afraid you're missing something. None of us could grow this much facial hair in 22 minutes. There's space film all over the stasis chamber, and I'm pretty sure that I heard Talos say that he saw something in the galley. There's a lot more time has passed than 22 minutes.
Internal ship sensors show that there are 5 life forms on this ship. Those 5 life forms match the DNA records of the crew. I believe there may be something wrong with your friend's sensory organ.
Sassy robot.
All right, I'm getting nowhere fast. I'm gonna give up on this and.
Lieutenant, you're gonna want to see this.
Give me, just before as you say, Lieutenant, give me an intellect defense roll.
Who?
You.
Oh.
Yeah, I should have kept my mouth shut. let me just see if okay, I am not trained. All right, let's see here. I got a 13.
All right, so just as you do that, you are deluged with almost as if every nerve ending in your body is on fire. It's so bad. The pain is so great. You can't even scream. You just throw your head back and your body locks up.
One quick question.
And as you look down, you see your skin melting off.
What?
One quick question. Before this happened, did I manage to get the ship on me controlling it? Or
Yes,
was it...
you did.
All right, so I'm holding on to the steering wheel, and I'm like, Lieutenant, you're going to want to... Lieutenant, what's going on? What's happening?
I'm gonna rush right over to his side and try to take care of him. I've got no idea what's going on either.
And the minute you touch him, everything comes right back to you. The pain goes away. Your hands look like they're normal. The skin is all intact.
You can obviously see the sweat that's dripping down my brow onto my eyebrows. I look up, I go, Lieutenant, I felt like I was melting, and I grab on to my cross again, like hold it with my left hand as I have the other hand on the steering wheel. Lieutenant, I was meaning to tell you, look how far off we are, of course.
Sorry, did you say you felt like you were melting?
I felt this heat wave all of a sudden, and I must be going crazy. Maybe it's the lack of food, but
he's soaking wet with sweat.
I thought my arms were melting, sir.
It's okay. You're okay now.
Since we didn't state anything, I'm gonna be like just a regular pilot, so I guess I answer myself, and I'm gonna say, so, do I stop the ship, sir?
Yes.
So I'm a power down all the engines.
That would not be advisable. We're still within phantom space. Do you want to drop back into normal space?
What's phantom space?
It's what the phantom drive does.
That tech gobbledygook, which is we go into.
Oh, right.
Graves, go ahead and bring us back into normal space.
So I slowly move the throttle up forward as I'm holding. We're gonna just make up jargon, but like some sort of like blinking red knob at the same time to bring us back into normal space.
Okay, so you guys basically hear the engines shift over. You get deluged by this blast of colors all outside the view screen and on the port windows, and the ship drops out into normal space. There are stars, around and everything else.
As soon as we drop into normal space, I pull up the navigation chart so we could pinpoint an exact location, or if it's a charted area that that we know
of. From your calculations, from what you're seeing, this is no known charted space ever. From what the computer is able to extrapolate, it seems as if you guys are 1 million light years from Earth's solar system.
Jesus freaking Christ. Where are we, guys?
I have no idea.
No idea. Something seriously has gone wrong.
I think the more important question is, how do we get back? Can you turn this thing around? Can you plot a course back? Do we have communications with Earth?
I'm on it, and I start checking to see if we could send out communications.
The computer comes by and he goes, at our current distance, and with the current technological capabilities, we could transmit a message to Earth. They would probably receive it in 6 years.
Oof. I rush over to the console where everybody is, and I say, "Guys, who knows how to drive this thing?" I look around. Who can control this bird?
Graves.
I point at you.
Do we all know each other prior to this? Like, will we know what each other's MOSs are?
Right.
Yes. So what's everyone's MOS before we go?
Graves is the pilot.
I don't know.
Zhao is the doctor.
Is your job.
Okay. Zhao is the doctor scientist. Vance is
Man at arms, basically. I don't
he's
know
the
what
muscle.
yeah.
Basically, he's the muscle. He's the tough guy. Wakai is the doctor, and computer guy on the ship, and Talos is the captain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I point at Graves.
Yeah, that would have made sense. So now I gotta okay.
Graves, no matter what it takes, I know you know how to fly this bird. Take us back home. I don't know. I don't care what stresses, like what physical ship the ship is in, or physical condition the ship is in, but I need you to do this, Captain. I look over to the captain.
I go.
Yes.
I shrug.
I would love to do this, but we're in uncharted space. I don't even know where to begin. Do we have enough fuel? What's
That's up to you. That's up to you, pencil pushers. I say as I like stroke the gun on like my back or whatever. Oh no, I have a bionic arm. I like stroke my my cannon arm. It's up to y'all, pencil pushers.
Well, we definitely need to actually solve why we've actually got this far and how things have gone so wrong. So we need to explore this and look at possible solutions for returning home. It's going to take too long to send a signal, so we are going to have to use the drive to get us back. But that means we've got to actually investigate what's going on. So we need a full diagnostic of the systems.
Just point me where you need me, Captain.
No problem.
I'll start working on a diagnostic. We have someone else that's a techie here, right?
Yeah, that's me.
All right, I want to roll notice details to see if there's any sort of like a nearest solar system or galaxy that might be charted.
Go ahead, give me a roll.
So I'm trained in that. I don't know why it doesn't roll on the roll 20. I'll just roll it on 20. I'll just
Can I help?
Yeah, go ahead and assist.
Yep.
All right, so I got a 7 with Train, made it a 10 with his assistance, made it a 13.
Okay. So when you check the charts and everything, your awareness notice, you do know that there is a charted system that we've sent probes to maybe 100 light years away. Using the drive, you should be able to get to that place in a few moments.
So I'm imagining we have this like holographic, chart of the various systems, and I go, Lieutenant, does that look familiar to you?
I think that's a system where we have done tests before.
Captain, we might be able to locate a familiar system if me and the lieutenant are correct. Do you want us to head there?
Yes, I think that might be the solution. What I'm concerned, though, is that I recall you talking about a number of the crew talking about hearing weird beeps. And I definitely saw something in the galley which was not quite right. So I think before we proceed, we should really inspect the ship.
I'm on it, Captain. I start heading towards the galley. I don't care who's following me.
I'm like, don't you want to look at the cameras to see we could locate?
Yeah.
I got this. Stay on the comms.
I'm gonna follow Vance. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna need to save his life again.
Do we have like a headset or something where we communicate with each other via radio?
Sure.
Yeah, so I just say I'll just stay on the comms, and I start heading.
I'm gonna follow him, but keep a good distance so anything jumping out gets him.
And I ready my biocannon, by the way, and the way that looks, right? So the biocannon only works with my DNA, so it's like a wristband almost. But when you press a button on the wristband, it unsheathes into almost a gauntlet that I use to fire a projectile.
I go,
so
guys,
wait.
That. I go, guys, wait. And as I say that, I go into the bottom of my seat and I put a bobblehead Virgin Mary on top of the dash, and I shake it and I go, please be careful.
Aw.
I say, all right. It's just there's an awkward pause. I'm like, all right.
All right. So as you two start to step out into the hallway and start making your way down towards the galley, Vance, you hear a voice very familiar from your past. Woman that you know she died,
Sarah.
but it was something very. But she was very close to you. And you hear,
Sarah.
oh, Vance. Where are you going, Vance?
Sarah? I turn around to look at Zhao. Do you hear this?
Do I?
No.
I say on the comms.
I only hear you. Who's Sarah?
Comms, I hear a voice. Do you hear it?
Negative. Nothing. Was only hearing yourself.
Vance, it's just me.
Oh.
You know you are always so reckless.
Guys, I think...
How's the time not for recklessness?
Just a heads up, guys. I'm ignoring the voice. I say, guys, I think that we've inhaled some maybe hallucinogenic mushroom or the spores or something in the air. I'm hearing a voice from my past, and things might get heavy for us. Maybe that entity is a second green, but
scanning him for like any kind of unusual medical issues.
Yeah, say Doc. Yeah, say Doc or whatever. Scan me.
So Zhao, you're doing the scan. He looks perfectly healthy. His synaptics. The only thing it seems his synaptics are firing off a little faster than normal, but again, that's probably not unusual because it's Vance. He's always a little bit, hyper.
Do I still hear it? Like, is it just like rambling?
It's talking. Vance, why won't you? You never want to listen.
All right, so I'm just going to assume it's just going to keep talking at me.
Are we looking from the cameras? Are we seeing him like talking to himself on the cameras of the hallway?
Who's looking on the cameras?
Yeah, I'd be watching him on the cameras.
And I am as well.
Well, on the camera, standing right in front of him is a silhouette. You can't make out any features, but there is a silhouette of a woman standing in front of him.
Dude, guys, I can't see that though, right?
No, you don't see anything.
I said, guys, I still hear that voice just rambling. I'm just going to keep moving. I turn away from the silhouette and...
Vance.
His vitals check out.
There is something. We can see silhouettes of a woman.
I turn around and aim the biocannon. Oh,
I like look away.
Yeah, he just moved. I say, duck, Joe. I like, just get to the wall or whatever. In front of me?
Yeah, and you were saying you were speaking to a woman from your past?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, but Sarah. Sarah.
There's definitely something strange. Could you hold on there? I'm going to come down. I might.
I knew a Sarah once.
What? What'd you say, Joe? I turned around like I'm all panicked and stuff. I heard some kind of words behind me, but I didn't hear exactly.
I said I knew a Sarah once.
Sarah? Did we know the same Sarah? I don't know. But either way, it sounds.
She died horribly.
Oh my goodness. So I guess we wait for the captain. I just stand at the ready just in case, but I'm waiting for the captain to arrive.
You get up to start walking, Cap. Give me an intellect defense roll.
Something ain't right, Joe.
18. I'm untrained.
Okay.
Nice.
Situation ain't right.
You hear a voice. You hear a voice from your past as well.
Oh no.
And it's the voice that says to you, "I told you, you'd get people killed one day. I told you you'd never amount to nothing. You're a disappointment. I should have pulled out. I should have. But those are the mistakes we make. And you were my biggest mistake."
Harsh.
Okay, Pops. Lieutenant, you have the con. And can you see, look at the internal cams for the bridge. Can you see any extra silhouettes?
You checking it out?
Yeah, I'm having a look. Can I see anything, Dean?
Yes, you do. Standing in front of him is this silhouette, probably of someone around 6'2", 6'3", very imposing figure, but it's still just a silhouette.
Affirmative, Talos. I can see a silhouette, just like the one we saw with Vance.
Okay. I'm gonna.
And you're looking at the cameras on the bridge, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Wakai, not only do you see the one standing in front of the captain, but you see um, other silhouettes on the bridge, several, and they're at several different stations.
I I see a few other silhouettes too. They look like they're at different stations around the bridge, Captain.
Okay, so I'm going to actually open up my senses because I sometimes can sense weird things. And so, if you give me about a minute, I'm going to just check this out. Wait one, just observe, Lieutenant. Keep up.
You got it, Captain.
So, Talos, go ahead and give me a intellect roll.
It's 12, but I'm trained.
All right. So, your training and your indicative nature, your mystical nature, you are momentarily. It's like the weight of like a car feels like it's centered on your chest for just this moment, and then you start seeing these ghost-like images. You see in front of you your father, and you see another image at the communications console. You see another image at the science station. All these ghost-like images. They look like people that you served with before, actually served with on another ship. And that was the ship that you actually saved the entire crew, but you lost the ship. But that's what these ghost-like images look like on the bridge here.
Okay. I'm going to try and speak to Father. Pops, it's what's going on? Why are you here?
Because you're useless.
Okay, so have you got a solution? Because you know so much.
Yeah. Kill yourself.
Oh,
Just
boy.
kill yourself.
Okay, that's a bit. I bet you said that to Mom as well.
Kill yourself. Save these people. As long as you're alive, they're gonna die.
Well, Captain will save the ship, so in the end, that's fine. But I want to actually save everyone. So thank you, Father. I'm going to speak to someone else, or try and speak to one of the other.
Give me, you guys. I'm going to switch back over to Vance and Zhao.
I'm still porting my thing.
Zhao, you hear laughter. It's a familiar laugh. You haven't heard it in years, though. Your old friend, Aline.
Hey, why would I check my communicator? Am I hallucinating now too? What is wrong with this ship?
If you say that out loud, I say you hear
There's no
something.
hallucinations.
My friend Elaine.
Oh man.
She disappeared a long time ago.
Oh.
Zhao, my friend.
Don't listen, Doc.
We should just like spend some time reacquainting ourselves.
She seems friendly.
It's not real. None of this is real.
Alien? Trying to. What if we just met aliens and they're trying to use our memories to communicate with us?
That sounds underhanded, man. They're using people that have passed. Why not just present anything to us? Freaking Santa Claus would have been better than this.
That would be very creepy.
I don't know. Seeing jolly old Saint Nick be better than hearing Sarah's voice again.
Well, at least Sarah's
Damn.
not asking you to sit on her lap.
Vance, what is so wrong with hearing me again?
I
We had good
just
times,
didn't
didn't we?
expect to hear you, Eileen.
Vance, we had good times, didn't we not?
We had great
He's
times.
just okay talking to me. He says Vance. No, but I'm not responding to the voice. I'm trying to
Okay.
ignore it.
And then Zhao, Eileen goes, so what have you been doing all this time?
Oh, going in space. Pretty awesome.
Are you talking out loud?
Yes.
I say stop. I just say stop. I don't follow what I want. Stop.
It's so good to see you again.
But
It's
she's
been
so
so
nice.
long.
She was my best friend.
You're feeding into it. Whatever this is. It's not real. And I keep...
Give me an intellect defense roll, Vance.
All right.
And Zhao.
Oh.
I'm not rolling this metal one anymore.
I got a 3.
Oh, I got a 3 also. High five.
All right. You two, the images in front of you, the images in front of you start to solidify.
Oh boy.
And you see Sarah looking as lovely as she did the last time you saw her. Before the accident, before she died in that horrible accident. You also see this blonde girl with ice blue eyes. She's wearing a really nice sundress. That's Eileen, and they both appear to you. And Sarah has dark hair, olive complected, very pretty, strikingly so. But they both start to appear, and you both see them clear as day.
You start to see Vance start. He like almost withdraws his gun, like he lifts his arm up, and you see like he presses a button, the thing like comes back into a wristband, and you see he's like shaken by what's going on. He walks towards the silhouette, or I guess the more solidified object now, and he tries to put his hands on its shoulders.
And I yell, Vance, weren't you just telling me not to read into it?
Do I feel anything when I try to grab its shoulders?
When you do that, she reaches up and strokes your face.
Do I feel it?
Yes. She goes, "You've grown a beard."
I punch the silhouette. I punch the ghost, because I know like it's physically there. Yeah. So there's something there that I can hit. I know this is not Sarah. I'm just taking a huge risk on.
At this
point, how do you know we're not in the underworld?
I just punch her in the face.
Okay. Well, you get ready to throw the punch. As a matter of fact, give me another intellect defense roll.
I'm not trying to be taken in by these tricks. I got a 6.
Okay, so you draw your hand back to punch. You know this isn't Sarah, and this feeling of recognition comes over you. And when her hand brushes through your face on your beard, all that aggression goes away.
I lower my fist.
And you feel her.
I touch the hand that's touching my face.
Yes.
Can I see that she's touching him?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to slap him.
I don't try to not block it or anything. She could just slap me.
Give me an intellect defense roll.
18.
She really want to put that slap.
Okay. So when you're starting to move towards him, and as you start to move towards him, the image of Sarah shifts and morphs, and it's this almost featureless creature, and it has suction cups at the tips of its fingers, and its hand is across his face like this, and it's pulsing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Almost like it's pulling something out. And he's got this euphoric look in his eyes as if it's wonderful. It's the best thing.
He's getting slapped.
And as you go to slap him, I need you actually to roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
2. I'm untrained.
Okay, so
Could have been a 1.
Could have been a 1.
So what happens is
Sarah.
you draw your hand back to smack him, and Eileen catches your hand and she goes, "What are you doing? So violent? You've never been violent."
I'm not. It's a medical assistance. He needs a shock to his system.
No, he doesn't. You both need the same thing, just to calm down. And I need you to make an intellect defense save.
I am so calm right now, Eileen.
And hindered.
I got a 7.
Okay. Yes, you are. You are extremely calm, and you know what? It feels good. It feels really good to see Eileen, and her touch, her embrace is just. It's taking you back to those days, those carefree days of college when the two of you would, sit and debate, and it's just a perfect moment. And we're going to shift the scene one more time. Captain Talos,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Okay. Well, I was going to speak with the communications geist before I head out to catch up with Vance and Zhao. So
Okay.
what can I see? I know you. Where do I know you from?
They don't seem to see you or acknowledge you. They just seem to be doing whatever they're doing. Their ghost hands literally are touching things, but things are lighting up, but it's more like ghost overlay imagery because they just, the systems that they're touching don't completely match up to, the stations they're at.
Okay. Before I head out, I'll say, Lieutenant, there seems to be some kind of weirdness, which you've obviously noticed. And as you can see, these ghost images. I'm not sure if we've got some kind of alien intelligence on board, or if this is actually something weirder or supernatural. I'm going to head out to see Vance and Zhao. Okay.
Okay, I'll be watching on the cameras, and I'll be ready to be right in there behind you if it goes pear-shaped.
Well, Wakai, as you're watching the cameras, you see both Zhao and Vance move forward a little bit, and they seem to be talking to someone or something. Those silhouettes that are there.
Yep. Did those become more real for me watching on the cameras?
Basically,
Okay.
what has happened is that they're silhouettes, and you see Zhao and Vance start to turn into silhouettes on the camera as well.
Oh shit! I'm still stroking the hand on my face. I'm
gonna say to Talos, Captain, you better hurry. It looks like they're fading.
Okay, I'm on it. I'm going to double out.
I start singing, "Come on, Eileen." Oh.
Before
Like,
Talos
sing that
runs out, I
together.
go, Captain, do we stand course or do we head for this known sector?
I would say head for the known sector.
So I start trying to.
So as you start to punch in the coordinates, the navigational coordinates, you get, you hear a real familiar voice, and the voice is the voice of Jenkins, your biggest rival during pilot training. And he goes, "Well, you brown nosed the right places, didn't you? Graves, the brown noser. You just are useless."
Jenkins?
You're damn right it's Jenkins. Now I'm taking over flying this thing. You don't know nothing about what you're doing.
You're not real. None of this is real.
you notice that the secondary pilot seat, the controls start to move, and the ship is going off the course that you were setting.
Can I mess with the navigational tools to see if I could get it back? Like what? Like because there has to be some sort of access for me to take off the pilot. Right. Can I do that?
Yeah, make a piloting check.
All right. Let me see if I have anything else that will help me lower it. I have pilot. Oh, I have find a way.
Yep.
Which it'll lower it one step. Gives me a free level of effort.
Yep.
So I'll just add 6 to the roll for that.
Go for it.
I'll just add 6 out here. I got a 22.
Wow.
16 plus 6.
All right. So you were starting to lose control of the ship, but you're like, no way. So what you did was you ended up locking out the secondary piloting console.
I'm working
you got everything back under control. And the voice goes, "Oh, now you're gonna be competent. It was your incompetence that got me killed, you wank."
I said, "Don't say that. It was your lack of faith that got you killed." As I'm holding on to the thing, hitting the.
My lack of faith. I have all the faith I need. I had faith in myself.
Lieutenant, I'm starting to see things here again.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Focus on the job at hand.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come and will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread as I'm holding on to the steering wheel.
All right, so we're going to shift again real quick. Captain Talos.
Yes.
You're making your way down the hall. You see in front of you, clear as day, you see Vance and Zhao, but they're slowly fading. And in front of them, you see these more or less, it looks like as if they're a series of tentacles put together into a semi shape of a man. And each of them one has a tentacle wrapped around Zhao's wrist, and you see it pulsing and undulating, and there's a glow as if it's pulling something out of her. And the same thing with the one that has a tentacle on the side of Vance's head.
Desist. This is the first contact. Could you leave Vance and Zhao alone, please, and communicate with me?
And the one kind of leans the one tentacle over that would be its head. It leans, the one that's got its hand on Vance's head, leans over and it looks in your direction. And if you didn't know better, you would think it was laughing at you. But the tentacle opens up into this maw filled with teeth.
Oh, Jesus.
And nothing but blackness.
Seems friendly.
Yes, just a friendly. So, I'm just going to
roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative. Yep. 16 untrained.
Okay, so you actually have initiative.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to. I'm going to actually. I'm going to pull my. I've got a sidearm.
Yes.
And I'm going to try and focus it on the phantoms, or one of the phantoms with the tentacles, and I'm going to attempt to just blast it if possible.
Go for it.
As soon as I see him pull his weapon, I'm going to turn to Graves and say, "You're doing a great job, pilot. Captain needs me. I'll be back as soon as I can and sprint out the room to back the captain up.
Okay, you'll be there at the top of the next round. So go ahead and roll your initiative now, so I know where you fall in the initiative.
Cool.
I rolled a 13.
You hit.
Okay. And
It's 4 points of damage. It's a medium weapon.
okay.
So you raise your phase pistol and take a shot, and the beam, for a split second seems like it's held in the air, and then it sails forward as normal, and it strikes the creature. When it strikes the creature, the creature lets out a sickening wail. Okay, Vance, you take 1 point of might damage, but you are snapped out of your euphoria, and you see before you the same thing I described to the captain.
I said, "Oh boy, I snap out this world, Sarah." So, and then I see, I come to my senses. I see what's in front of me. I say, "Oh dear Lord!" And I guess I roll initiative to see where I go, or do I have an action? All right. All right. This pink dice has been fucking me up. Oh, natural 20. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you want a special effect or additional damage?
I mean,
Oh no,
because this is
that was
initiative.
20 for initiative. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, with my natural 20, can I just say I do extra damage if I hit on my attack?
Sure, I'll let you have it. Why not?
All right. So, can I do something then?
Yes.
Yeah, I go straight, try to punch the thing again, right in its stupid tentacle maw.
Go for it.
All right, I'm gonna use effort to make it easier to hit.
Okay.
Would that be might or speed? Or
Might.
would you let me choose might? All right, gotcha. Let me drop my might by 3 because I don't have any edge in it. 11. Oh wait, no, wrong thing. 14. I'm actually whatever. I'm just gonna roll. I know the number. I rolled an 8. I'm gonna use my 1 EXP to re-roll this.
You don't have to re-roll. Remember, you used effort and.
Oh, am I hitting then? Oh, that'd be all right. I'll take it.
8. Wait a minute, 3.
8 plus 3 is 11.
Oh yeah, that's over there. That's over 9.
Oh yeah,
you're
so
good.
boom, I punch it and it does 4 extra damage, so 8 damage.
Okay, you punch. So you see the tentacle that was on the side of your face is still stuck to your face, but the captain shot it off. So, but it's the suction cups are still stuck to the side of your face. You punch this thing, and your cybernetic arm literally just cleaves right through the thing, and it drops to the ground.
So you see, like oh, sorry.
And it basically, when it hits the ground, it starts to melt into a oily, viscous like goo.
Oh. So what you guys see happen is I punched it, but I basically decapitated with the punch. So the maw and tentacles or whatever I wrapped around my hand. So as it falls to the ground and dissolves, I shake off the hand or the head from my hand. It drops to the floor. I guess the same thing happens. I rip off the tentacle from my face, throw it down into the pile as well.
The tentacles on the side of your face actually had already started to melt. So
Oh, okay. I just try to wipe it off. This is gross. And I turn to see what's going on with Zhao.
Zhao is basically in the same situation, but we are going to get there. So, top of the round, and Wakai, you.
Yep, I'd rolled a 7 on the initiative.
Oh, okay. Well, Zhao, I need you to make a intellect defense roll, but I need you to make it hindered.
I'm on an island. Oh, I swear I got a 15.
Did you got a 15?
15.
Okay, so you don't. Well, the bad thing doesn't happen. That would have happened. Put it that way. But you're still very comfortable and enjoying your friend.
You guys chill out, man. It's all good. Have you met Eileen?
What do you? Okay, so it's your turn, Vance.
All right, just run over and punch it.
I mean, not Vance. I'm sorry, Wakai.
Yeah.
All right.
All
right,
right.
so-
I'll just punch it.
I've got like a sidearm bolt pistol that I draw and aim at the one that's attacking Joao.
Zhao.
Zhao. So
Okay.
Let's
Make
see.
an attack roll.
Don't hurt Eileen. We're having a good time.
Okay, that's good.
So
Wakai, you take a shot.
Yep.
Bang. You guys hear that familiar sound. The bolter that he carries. You're very familiar with advances like boom.
As soon as I hear that very satisfying sound, I just nod my head.
And it hits. How much damage does it do?
4.
Okay. So yeah, you hit it. The minute you hit it, the thing warbles, and that maw opens up, and it's like, and Zhao, you snap out of it, and that's when you see this thing in front of you. It's got this toothy maw, probably the size of your head, and it's going in front of you.
I'm like, come on now. Oh! What the fuck?
And it is your action, Zhao.
I'm like, I start like pushing Eileen away. I'm like, get off me! What'd you do with Eileen? So I have this med kit on me. I want to use it to sedate this thing.
So you're gonna try to take the time to go into the med kit and get a.
Oh yeah.
Okay, give me a roll to see if you can get in there quick enough. Speed roll.
14.
14. All right. So you get in, and you literally get. She pulls out the
very organized bag.
She pulls out the hypo gun and think, hits this thing. The minute you put the drugs into it, it starts to convulse all over. The tentacles are all out.
That is not what's supposed to happen.
And you guys, I need everybody to make a intellect defense roll, because there's this high-pitched scream in your head.
Do I gotta make one even though I'm not there?
No.
18.
You're good. You're
Nice.
good.
11.
You're good.
I got 13.
All right, everybody's good.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. People out in the cyber world did not see that roll. So yes.
Yep.
So everybody makes their rolls, and then this thing, there's that high pitched scream, and then it goes, whack, and you all get covered in this viscous goo.
Ugh.
Oh, open slides.
I'll try to wipe it off. Oh, these things are friggin' gross.
I need a shower.
Oh.
I think
Great.
we need to clean this up.
Graves.
Yes.
So you're gonna continue to be a little wench, huh? You're not gonna admit what you did.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in
You're not gonna admit what you did, huh?
No, you're not real. You are not real. Jesus Christ, oh, our Savior, He is not real. He is not real.
And that's when you feel a hand on your arm.
I look, Arnold.
You see Jenkins.
You are not real. What's going on?
He draws his right hand back, and the punch is coming. Roll for initiative.
Initiative?
Yes.
Ready? Let's see here. Oh, I'm what you call a trained in initiative, a specialized in initiative, actually.
Go for it.
Super fast. And he rolls a 1. No, I'm kidding.
I got a 10, but I'm trained.
Specialized.
Oh, it says trained on the sheet.
Oh, okay, you said specialized before.
I mean, it said specialized on the thing, but when the setup for the role is trained, either or. I got a 10.
It's fine. So yeah, you have initiative. Go ahead and defend. He's getting ready to punch you.
Can I duck under the punch and run out of there?
Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attempt to duck under the punch and speed run. So do I give a speed defense again?
Yes.
I'm gonna apply a level of effort to this.
I don't want to be here.
All right, so I got a 6.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
That was with the level of effort.
So you rolled a 3?
A 3,
So
yes.
you duck under the punch. You dodge under the punch. Get ready to run out, and he kicks your legs out from under you. You know.
Oh, so I go skidding forward.
Right.
And the last image I see is I'm doing a penguin belly flop is the Virgin Mary bobblehead shaking from the. Hopefully, at least I'm sliding towards the exit.
All right. I'm gonna switch scenes again. I have a GM intrusion, a group intrusion for you. You 4 out in the hallway.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Do it.
All right. So everybody gets a XP for that.
And I have 2 now. Yay.
Yay.
So you guys are wiping the slime off your faces, and suddenly you notice that the slime seems to start moving and coagulating all of it into a massive blob. And now it's like a big ooze pile.
I drug it.
You can attempt to drug it. Go for it.
Speed Naruto run.
Out of 13.
What did you roll?
13.
All right. So you go to, but it's like when you try to stick the gun in, your whole hand just gets stuck inside. There's nothing for the hypo needle to hit to actually be able to release the
Can I
agent.
pull my hand out, or is it like stuck?
Try to pull it out. Give me a might roll.
Ah! It's gooey.
As soon as I see Zhao struggling, I try to run over.
I got a 17.
Okay, so you, book, and your hand comes out, and you've taken another point of might damage. It broke your pinky finger.
My pinky.
And you splashed a bunch of goo in my face as I was running towards. Just.
I'm gonna blast it with my phase pistol.
Go for it.
18.
Dodge out of the way.
Okay, so when you hit it with the phase pistol, it just literally, a whole section is vaporized. But there's still more of it, and it's moving towards all of you.
Okay, we need to get out of here.
Guys,
we need
let's
to
go.
contain this.
Where's the airlock? Run through the airlock.
And as you guys start to run, I'm activating horror mode.
Oh boy!
As you turn to run, standing in front of you is basically, it looks like your father, but he has 2 extra arms, which are metallic claws that end in claws, and 2 extra metallic arms that end in, claws. And he's got a red, metal plate over the side of one of his face, and of course the Terminator eye, and then he has a third eye in the center of his head, both of them red. And
Dean, you said this was in front of all of us, right? As we're running
yes.
away.
Yes.
So, could I give you 2 EXP to do a sort of strong player intrusion based on my character? I also want to use one of my abilities if you'll allow it. So while we're running, I'll describe it and you tell me if you'll allow it, right? So while we're running, I just want to, as soon as I see the thing, try to tackle it by pressing my luck. Because I don't know anything about this thing. I just want to tackle it. So I want to use 2
Give it a big
EXP
hug.
to just avoid initiative, just to give it an attempt to tackle it. But then at the same time, I want to press my luck to automatically succeed, and I get the intrusion or whatever it is.
That sounds like a plan.
All right, so
I'll take it. No, and it won't cost. It only costs 1 EXP.
All right,
I'll
so
take both of them.
thank you. All right, so I'll give you the 1 EXP, and that's what you guys see. You guys, we're running, and then that thing is all suddenly in our vision, and you just see Vance picks up speed. He doesn't slow down or is deterred by the vision, and just goes and he tries to shoulder check it. And I succeed. I shoulder check it.
Yeah, you do. You shoulder check it, and both of you go falling to the ground, of course. But the thing accepted the charge. So your intrusion is it now has you in a bear hug. It has you wrapped up in 4 arms. All right. You take 3 points of damage.
All right.
And at the top of the next initiative, you automatically are going to lose initiative, of course. But
Man, that was a hard one.
On your action,
I'll take it.
on your action, though, you're going to have to. You get to make a might
To break free.
Might roll to break free.
Gotcha. All right, I'll accept that. You see me tackle him. You see me get all caught up. Damn, my head's up really hard just now. But I go to the ground. You see me like struggling with it, and now suddenly it has me entangled in its tentacles. Or its metal arms or whatever it has.
Okay, guys, roll initiative. And Anthony, just as you trip and slide out the door into the hall, and you see Vance like right in front of, goes right past the door with this other thing, and it's Gotti.
I said, Graves, shoot it! If I see him coming to frame, shoot it!
I'm like belly sliding out.
Get up and shoot it!
I'm trying to like pull my pistol at a disadvantage.
Graves, do you want a GM intrusion?
Absolutely.
All right. Do you have who are you giving the other XP to?
I'll give it to Wakai.
All right. So you slide out of the room, and you slide, and you guys see. It's almost like
it was all that sweat from earlier. Maybe.
You guys see. It's almost as if as he's coming out the room, you can see this thing rising up out of the floor into the shape of a man, and you slide right at the feet of Jenkins, a fully solidified Jenkins. But the only problem is his skin is alabaster white, his eyes are black pools, motes, and he's got all of his teeth have turned into canines, and he's like coming down at you. Roll for initiative.
All right. I will not apply level of effort. God darn it, I got a 5.
This is payback
I got an
for
XP.
all those 20s.
I'm saving my XP. I'll let him go first.
All right. So go ahead and make a speed defense roll.
Hold on a sec. This I will apply a level of effort. All right, let me lower this for my speed. Do I have anything that helps me out here? No. All right, so I'll do a speed with a level of effort. With my level of effort, I beat a difficulty 6.
Well, guys, Graves is slippery. I mean, maybe it is all the sweat on him, but the thing,
I'm kicking back. I'm going backwards now. The thing
slide
back to where I came from.
Basically, what happens is actually kind of like that. Graves literally just kind of spins, and he kicks both feet out, hitting the thing in his knees, pushing himself back, and stands up on his feet.
No, I don't want to stand up on my feet.
Okay.
I want to be pulling my weapon back as upside, because now it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm firing a shot on my back.
Go for it.
All right. And this, I would apply a level of effort as well. Might as well go for broke. So, all right. That puts me at 8 speed.
So Jenkins, was that was the pile of slime that?
Oh man, I'm gonna re-roll that. I rolled a 5. All right, so I'll just roll a 20 plus 3. I got a 10 altogether.
Okay, so you take 2 shots, boom, boom, and one shot just grazes the thing, and it like screams in pain, and then it comes forward. The second shot went right past it and hit the glass, but the internal force fields, the dampeners actually, so laser fire doesn't blast the windows out. Dissipated the charge.
Don't give away your GMIs. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, they're not giving away. I'm not giving them away.
Am I sliding back towards the cockpit though?
Yes.
He's just ping ponging around on the floor.
So, Wakai, what are you doing? Actually, everybody else, go ahead and roll initiative because Vance is tangled up in a.
Yeah, I'm last. Oh no.
I got a 16.
16? You said 16? Okay.
I got a 10.
And what did you get, Wakai?
I got a 7.
All right, so Zhao, you can go first.
Get this thing over me!
I'm gonna use my heads-up display. It like pops down over my eyes and kind of analyzes the goop versus Vance for the best place to aim.
I think I got time for all this. I see like you did come back. As soon as I can,
You want this to sedate you.
it's trying to take my stuff. I don't know what it's taking. I'm still struggling. I don't stop moving.
Oh my god! Stop moving! And I'm like just like, oh fuck it, and I grab his legs and I start pulling him out instead.
Well, no, this thing has him in a bear hug.
Yeah, I'm basically entangled by arms.
4 arms. He's got 4 arms and it's got him.
You're not pulling me out of that guy.
All right. I'll shoot it in the teeth
Go for it.
with my. Oh, which one's better? My plasma pulse weapon.
I'm still thrashing.
Oh wait, I just focused my ability through it, so that would be onslaught.
Yes.
I'm gonna use onslaught. I know what I'm doing. Oh shit! I got a 20.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm still waiting to see what happens.
All right. Do you want a special effect or extra damage?
I want a special effect. I want to make it drop him.
All right. So
Yes.
you see,
Oh, it
you
does
see
more damage.
Zhao. You see Zhao take a step back. She drops to one knee, and she's looking, and she extends out her focusing device, which is her pulse rod, and the end of it lights up slightly, and then you hear, "Vroom." And it's almost as if the air ripples, and you can just see it looks like a ball of air trailing through the air, trailing across the space, the hallway, and it hits this thing right in the center of its head, in the third eye, and the arms spring open, and Vance drops to the ground.
Now you can wiggle.
He keeps wiggling. It's like, get it off. He doesn't fully realize he's too hyped up. He's like, oh, get it off. And then he snaps out of it after a second. Oh, thank you.
Roll away.
Yeah, roll away.
Zhao and Talos, I need both of you to make a speed defense roll. Because when this thing's arms spread out like this, the third eye and the other eye under the metallic plate both start to glow. One glows green, one glows red. And
So you don't know whether to stop or go.
and two beams of energy are shot from one at you, Zhao, one at you, Talos. Speed defense rolls.
Okay. I'm using my massive defense, and I spent I rolled a 3, but I've got 2 levels of effort.
Okay. So you're still hit. Right in your chest. Zhao?
I got an 18.
And you deftly dodge out of the way.
Don't you stare at me.
So you took 6 points of might damage, Talos.
Okay.
And it's Talos and Wakai's turn.
Okay. Oh, that hurts. Honestly, I don't know. So I'm gonna try and focus myself and blast back with my phase pistol. I've got a 16.
You hit.
Okay, so that does 4 damage.
Okay, so you hit it, and just like when Shar shot it, with her weapon, and the arms flayed out again. You're not sure. You know what? Wakai, give me an intellect roll, a perception roll.
Cool.
If you're trained in it, even better.
I am trained.
Oh.
So I've rolled a 7, but trained, so that would be 10.
You're not sure, but something's not right. You're not sure exactly what. But like you said, the arms flayed. Those two eyes light up again.
Mm.
But it's your action.
Cool. That convinces me that the right thing for me to do on my turn is to use understanding. So I'm not gonna. This is an action. I just observe or study the creature, and my next interaction with that creature gains 1 asset.
Nice.
All right. Perfect idea. And we will cover that on the next action. Now we have come back around on the initiative. Zhao, you are at the top of the initiative.
Okay, now I grab Vance by the feet and drag him away because he's just like flailing around by this creature.
Okay.
And when she's dragging me away is when I realize snap out. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like from what I said before.
All right.
And then I point him at the thing, and I'm like, aim there.
All right, I just turn over.
To help you.
I just turn over on my belly. Like I know it's not my turn, but I just turn over on my belly, and you see me whip out the thing like sniper style, and I turn it on.
Okay, roll initiative. Let's see where you fall in the initiative now.
All right. I got a 9, but I'm trained at initiative. Let me double check that though. Yes, I am trained at an. Oh wait, no, that's not initiative. Never mind, I'm not trained. It's just a 9.
Okay, so you go after the monster too. Graves.
I'm running. I was sliding backwards. I shot. Did I make it back into the cockpit area?
Yes.
So now I want to turn up and run towards the controls and go, Captain, Captain, as I'm running on my headset. I'm hollering for the captain.
Captain.
Yes. Okay.
Captain, you remember
Grace.
You remember that story you told me as I'm running towards the seats? Do I have to do a speed roll to be able to do an action once I get in the cockpit?
Yes.
Let me do that first because then this whole thing will be for naught. All right. Okay. I'm gonna apply level effort. I got a 10.
Do you want to re-roll that? I'll spend a point of XP for you.
It's a difficulty 4 roll.
We don't know.
It usually is though to run a long distance.
It was.
All right, so I'll take that XP.
No
I got a
problem.
13.
Good. That works.
All right, so as I go, you remember that story you told me about the academy? You know when everyone, and then I'm gonna go, hold on tight, and I'm gonna stop the ship.
Okay, well,
like
pull on the brakes, like just immediately,
Yeah.
just
and I'll say, everyone, hold.
everyone falls face first.
Well, hold on. Before we do that, I'm going to, as a GM, because I know what you're attempting to do, but you didn't say the right things. You're on a spaceship. Spaceships have inertial dampeners. You'd have to turn those off in order for this particular maneuver to try to work, to actually have any merit.
But we would assume that I would know
Your
that.
character, yeah.
You would know that. So I'm going to give. So you're going to have to give me. We're going to make this a skill. We're going to make this a skill check, as opposed to just a typical roll. All right. So I need you to make 3 rolls. Applying your skills in order to turn off the inertial dampeners and bring this, where the momentum of the ship is actually can be used to come into play, because you're not within a gravitational field.
All right, so that's piloting.
Yep.
And would notice details or identify anything? Any of that apply to that?
Both of those. You can use both of those.
All right. So, okay. So it's adding 9 to the roll. 23 on the first roll.
Disgusting.
17 on the second roll.
You don't need to make the third roll. You need 2 out of 3, so it works.
So, I immediately, as soon as I jump in, I go, hold on tight. And then I start pressing buttons, and then we pull the lever back.
All right. So what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to make a speed defense roll. Not to be
would they get an asset for me warning them ahead of time?
I'll let it slide. Go ahead.
I'm trained in speed defense.
I got a 20.
Oh,
Natural 20?
Yes.
Nice.
That made sense because the captain told me the story.
I got 17, not counting any bonuses.
I've got 11.
All right. So, Wakai, you're the only. What did you get, Shar?
17.
Okay. So yeah, you're the only one who missed the target number 4. And you get violently slammed into.
I'm sorry, Sean.
One of the walls.
No,
Not
Shar.
Shar. That's
me.
Wakai.
Okay.
Sorry, John.
That's all
You
good.
take 4 points of damage for being slammed violently around into parts of the, uber advanced ship. Strangely, when he does that, though, those creatures don't move. They're not shaken up or anything. But you guys, handle it well. Ship comes to a complete stop. And who attacked last? That was you, right? Talos, you attacked it last?
Yes.
No.
No.
I think it was.
It was. I did the last attack. Yes.
On it, yeah. But the last thing that
Okay.
happened was Graves running to the
Grace running.
console.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, all right, so yeah, you attacked it last. So like I said, that last blast, like I said, the arms went out, those eyes lit up again, 2 beams, and Wakai and Talos make a speed defense rolls.
19.
4.
Oh.
Horse seems fire.
Okay, so you dodge out of the way, Talos, moving, not realizing that Wakai was like right behind you, and the blast hits you, Wakai. You take 6 points of might damage.
Oh, he's not in good shape right now. I see this. I noticed. I'm a combat
very
like.
bad shape.
I look around. I see that this guy is not doing great.
Your understanding, you're gonna get a piece of information. I'll give it to you. You got a GM. You want the GM intrusion?
Yeah, sure. Give it to me. Sucker for punishment at the moment.
So, who gets an XP?
Who gets an XP? I'm gonna give it to. Sorry, I'm struggling with the name. Zhao.
Okay, so Zhao, you get an XP. All right, the blast hits you so hard that it made your jaw clench.
Mm-hmm.
Your jaw clench, and you won't be able to speak for the next 2 rounds because you got to work your jaw loose. But you realize in that moment that those blasts, every time they hit it with an energy blast, that it's charging that thing up. It's not doing real damage to it.
Okay.
You have to hurt it physically.
Cool.
So your bolter weapon is like a really good thing to use against it, or melee combat or whatever.
Cool.
Activate horror mode. Nobody rolls a 1.
I can't remember impaired rules at the moment.
Oh, you're impaired?
I'm impaired.
Basically, you're impaired. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's effort costs 1 more. You don't get any bonus effects from 19s or 20s or the 17, 18 in combat.
Yeah.
I think that might be it. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong.
Effort costs more.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest one. Effort costs more.
So it's up to you. You can, if you want, you can use this. You play it. Use a recovery roll.
On my next turn, I will use a recovery roll.
All right. So.
Oh yeah, the bonus damage, no matter what you roll on impaired, it's only 1.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So. This is all going on. Ship comes to a abrupt stop. You see Wakai get blasted right in the face with his beam of green energy, and he gets blown back a few feet. And all the lights go out.
Can I still see with my heads-up display?
Yes, your heads-up display does show you outlines of targets. Your friendlies are outlined in blue, and the bad guys are outlined in red.
So it's pitch black right now?
Yes.
Oh boy. It's like who would I address to for mechanical issues like this? I just shout at them on the comms, cause I know I can't see anybody. So I'm like, get on the electric, or whatever it is.
You can tell Graves that Graves might be good.
Graves, get on the electric.
All right, so, Zhao, it's on you.
Did you actually tell us about the don't use energy.
No.
He didn't
No,
mention
I
anything.
haven't. My jaw's still locked.
Oh,
it.
GM intrusion was to lock his jaw, but gave him good information.
That's so cool.
Gotcha. Damn.
Well then, I am going to use onslaught on him again.
Okay.
Pew pew, mind blaster.
Mind bullets.
I got a 13.
Did you use any effort or anything?
No.
Okay, so the shot at him goes wide. Or he uncannily dodges it. Whatever, take your pick.
I said, watch where you're shooting at the.
Yeah, no, he dodges, makes like a hole in his tentacles where I was gonna shoot.
He doesn't have tentacle. He has mechanical arms that end
Oh
in
right,
claw.
this is the mechanical guy.
So yeah, he just kind of dodges out of the way, you know. And it was Vance who was nearest to him, right?
I guess so.
No, Vance. Actually, Vance, what happens is because you backed up Jenkins takes a swing at you.
Oh, jeez.
All hand.
I'm,
Make a speed defense.
I'm assuming it's, I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but hindered due to the darkness.
For you.
All right. I'm training speed defense, though, so it cancels it out. I got a 15.
You dodge with no problem. You preternaturally realize something is coming at you, and you just deftly move out of the way.
My combat reflex is on full alert right now. I heard the motion of his, like, just his arms moving or whatever. I moved.
Right.
I yell, it's at 11 o'clock! And I hope everybody's facing the same way as me.
You can tell.
Everyone just points at their 11 and shoots. Oh, boy. Oh. But yeah, whose goal is it?
I think it's yours.
Is it?
Is it?
It's still the monster's turn.
Oh, it's still
the other
doing stuff? Oh, God.
Yeah. So here we go, guys. Real quick. So, yeah, you see in the distance, you know, in the darkness, out of the darkness, bright red light, bright green light, two beams streak out. Let's see, Zhao and
I'm just getting ready.
Zhao and
Oh, shit.
yeah, Zhao and Vance. Go ahead and make a speed defense rolls.
I got a 4, but I'm going to spend an XP to reroll it.
And I got natural 18 and I'm trained.
Oh, I got a 3 that time.
All right.
So, I start dodging in one direction, and then I just fucking trip all over myself and kind of fall right into the...
Basically dodge right into the beam.
Try to juke it, but you went the wrong way.
I zigged and I zagged. I zagged back to where I was.
So
We
yeah,
like the F troop of starships.
so you get hit square in the face just like Wakai did.
Poor Wacky.
Ah, my face! My beautiful face!
Just
And
imagine.
you take 6 points of damage, and yeah. So the creatures, they're the one that took a swipe at the Jenkins, who took a swipe at you, Vance. You know, sees her get blasted and starts advancing in that direction. You just see this black moat. You know, the only thing is on now is like the emergency lights just kick in, and this black moat is moving towards Zhao, and it is Talos' turn.
Okay, I was going to activate emergency lighting, but they've already activated, so I'm going to use my low-level psionics to actually highlight those monsters.
Go for it.
Oh, nice.
I'll take it.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah, I'll give you an EXP to reroll that.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the fact that now 1s and 2s are GM intrusion.
But I'll still give him the EXP to
Go ahead.
reroll it.
And you give me an EXP to reroll.
I got an 18 this time.
My intrusion this time is. Oh, this is going to be great. So, all of you, you know, this your temperature's rising, everything. The next thing you know, you're back in your stasis tubes.
Everyone.
Oh,
Like closed or open or?
They're closed.
Strangest dream.
They're closed and they're slowly opening now.
Do we have communications between each other? I mean, if it's open, yeah, I guess so.
The tubes are starting to open.
I sit up as fast as I push the tube open. If I don't know if I'm groggy or what, but I try.
Do we remember what happened?
Oh yeah.
I had the strangest dream, and I'm gonna look down and see if I'm dressed.
You are.
Like dressed like I went into the pod, or dressed like.
No, dressed like you went into the pod.
Okay.
I touched my face.
You're smooth. You don't have hair on your face.
That's a bold face. No. No, but I just feel the normal amount of stubble I normally have, or whatever. Right. It's like God.
Do we still feel the grogginess we felt the first time, or do we get up like if we had an 18-minute?
You feel like it's only you get up like it's been 18 minutes.
So I get up and I'm like, Lieutenant, what's going on, Captain?
Okay, we've all experienced some kind of mass hallucination dream. Or is this a hallucination?
Oh, you hear that coming from his tube.
The first part being a hallucination. Can we go with that?
I hope so.
Can I talk yet?
Oh yeah, you can talk. You can talk just fine.
Okay.
I'm like feeling myself to make sure everything's okay. Like
everybody's pools are at max.
Oh, back to normal.
Yep.
Oh,
Can I want to use my notice details, and I'm gonna look at the corner of the room where the camera light to see if it's on.
It is on.
I'll be like, sir, that wasn't a dream. Look, the camera lights are on. Remember, we turned the cameras on. Matter of fact, Captain, you turned on the cameras.
Yes. Also, is there actually space dust all over the place, or is that gone?
Oh, yeah.
There is no space dust.
Whoa.
Guys, I'm freaking out. You see that good? What's his face? Van seems visibly shaken. Like
I mean, like
tides thrashing about like a fish.
I mean, Jesus Christ! Our head of security's freaking out.
Yes.
Guys, this isn't normal, guys. Oh, whoa, that's crazy loud. Let me know that was super loud. I'm sorry, viewers.
Because you all heard that.
What was that? Investigate. Promethea, what's going on?
Oh my God! Oh, they're not super loud. But as I hear that, it snaps me to myself. Like the loud noises snap me back to my senses, and I hop out of the tube. Can we discern where it's coming from?
Sounds like the engine room.
I say that out loud. It sounds like the engine room. And I rush over because you said we're not in what we were wearing before, right? I rush over to the lockers to check for my stuff.
Your gear is all there.
I put it on. Grab it.
And then you hear the ship's computer. Phantom drive shut down prematurely. I
look over to everyone.
Why are you looking at me for? I didn't shut down the Phantom drive.
Yeah, but you heard that. It was coming from the engine room.
Yes.
And I whoop, it comes on and I start running towards the engine room.
I run back to my locker, get my clothes, and I grab my Virgin Mary bobblehead, which was in my locker the first time. Oh, I checked to see if it's in there. Or
It's
if
not.
It's not?
No.
What?
Now I'm perplexed. I don't know what's going on.
I'm bolting over to my locker and getting dressed, get my gear on. But I have no idea where to go.
I'm just running. I'm already like.
Did you get dressed?
Yeah,
So
no,
you
I
ran
put my stuff on and ran out. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you ran in your boxes.
No, I put my gear on. I said I went to the locker, put my gear on. I even activated my bio cannon and ran off.
I'm gonna bolt to the bridge and try to monitor everything that I can on the ship.
If you go with Graves, and whilst we go to the engineering, I'm getting my gear on. I'm also making sure I've got some of my physical weapons as well for some reason. I just feel like I need my lucky tomahawk.
I'm following the lieutenant, and I'm going, wait for me, lieutenant, as I'm like putting my pants on. Hey, did you take my Virgin Mary bobblehead? As I'm following him.
All right.
It should be on the bridge.
It might be on the bridge.
You guys are. I'm going to take with the people. You guys are going to the engine room, right?
Yes.
Well, you get to the engine room. Everything is intact. The Phantom drive is functioning. It's on.
Does that?
And you see the in the control panel that it says 65 seconds to re-entry into normal space.
So it's counting down like it's actually on?
Yes.
And functional and working as it should be?
Yep.
Communicating to Graves.
Is it raining?
What is that? Does it sound like, can I tell, like, now that we're in the engine room, can I, like, discern what's making that?
No, but it sounds like stuff is right. You look to this side and there's nothing there, but that's where you hear from it, and it's over there.
So,
Okay, I'm
Captain.
going to attempt to use my spend some time actually trying to sense anything weird going on using my psychic ability.
Go for it.
I see the captain preparing. I've seen him do it many times. I'm still, like, with my gun out.
I roll a 12 and I'm trained.
Okay, so you said there's something here, you know, and you're not sure what it is. But
Captain?
There's something here. And
Yes.
I'm gonna cut, and we move to the bridge.
Okay.
I follow behind Rukai, and I run back to the cockpit. I mean, I run back to my chair.
Okay, you guys, is the minute before you can even run to your chair, when you step on the bridge, there are corpses at all the stations. There's a corpse in the captain's chair. There's a corpse at the piloting station. There's a corpse at the science station, you know, and then there's a corpse at the security station, and a corpse in the XO chair.
Captain, Lieutenant, you see this? Oh, Captain,
I see it.
There's something going on up here in the bridge.
Do you check the corpses?
Yep. Check them, touch them.
When
Do I
you
recognize
go,
them?
When you go to check the corpses and you turn it around, it's each of you. And I need the both of you to make an intellect defense roll.
But before I do that, is my bobblehead still on the desk?
Yes, your Virgin Mary bobblehead is actually, you can see the Graves corpse with his hand holding the Virgin Mary.
You said intellect defense, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna use effort on this.
I got a 6.
Okay, you take 4 points of intellect damage.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh no, he
Oh,
rolled
we got
16.
rolled a 16.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was a 1. I'm sorry. But you don't take any damage, but you are still like, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
This
Shocked, overcome.
because these are real bodies.
I was still screaming to the captain on the intercom on our headsets.
Yeah, Captain can't hear you. Captain, you don't hear anything. Captain,
Okay.
what you do hear every time he screams, you just hear and all of you hear that in your headsets.
Okay, there seems to be some communication issue with the bridge. So I think, does anyone want to, I'm going to head up to the bridge. Does anyone want to accompany me? I think it might be best to keep at least one person or two down here. That's what.
I got this, Captain.
Okay. So, Zhao, would you like to accompany me or do you want to stay with Vance?
I'll come with you, Captain.
Great. So we'll head out to the
Cox
bridge.
cannon.
Yeah.
As you guys walk off, that's all you hear is the of it warming up.
All right. So as you guys are headed back up to the bridge, Vance, you're looking around and scanning, and you turn to the left, turn back to the right, you turn one more time back to the left, and standing right there in front of you is you. Biocannon cocked the same way.
Mirror me.
Only difference between mirror you is like a negative. It's like, you know how negative film looks?
Yeah, inverse or whatever.
That's how you look. That's what.
Mirror match.
Let's say. I just look at him. Say, what's your purpose?
Make an intellect. Well, make a initiative roll first.
I got a 2.
Make an intellect defense roll.
What?
And then the intellect defense roll? Intellect defense roll is 9.
All right. So, in front of you, you say, "What is your purpose?" And you hear, "Purpose? What is?" And it's like nails in your mind, and you take 4 points of intellect damage.
Oh, Jesus. All right, 4 intellect out of my 8. Let's go. All right, now I'm gonna shake off the pain or whatever. What tricks are these? And I aim the thing at him, and I'm gonna shoot if I can.
All right. When you say that, it goes, "These tricks are what?"
I fire if I can.
Okay.
But I know I got a 2 on initiative, so I don't know if that was his thing or my thing or what. But I'm intending to fire.
Ahead, you go ahead and give me a shot.
I'm gonna use effort on this
Okay.
for sure, and that'll be speed because it's my gun. So by 2, all right. I rolled an 11, but it's eased 1 step for my effort.
Okay, that's good.
So 14
Oh,
total.
and by the way, you rolled a 2, so that was a free intrusion, and
Oh yeah, that's right.
that's 1 to 3. So now we're at 1 to 3.
And the intrusion was
The intrusion is when you fire your gun. The minute you put the barrel down to shoot at this guy, you just shoot right into the barrel of his gun, and he looks. And points it back at you.
Oh my god, why? All right, am I making a
And we're
speed defense
gonna
roll?
cut,
Or okay.
we're gonna cut the scene, and we're gonna go to the bridge.
Captain, you're not gonna believe this, Captain. Are you guys coming up here?
And about that time, the captain walks onto the bridge.
I'm trying to take the hand off my bobblehead doll of the dead me, like trying to loosen his grip.
Okay. No problem. You do it. It's disgusting. A couple of the fingers break.
I'm like,
How was that noise?
I try to wipe the doll off. I'm looking at the lieutenant and the captain as they're walking in.
No, that's Zhao and Zhao and the captain walking. So, Captain, when you walk in, like I said, you see what they see. They show you that all of you, the crew, is dead. Your corpses at your station.
What is going on?
I'm gonna scan the corpses.
And I'm on the computer trying to get the surveillance up and wind it back to see what happened.
Nice.
It says that there's probably teraquads of information, of data that have been collected. It's showing the chrono system is showing that the crew expired approximately 250 years ago. That these, or not, probably about 100 years ago. There'll be no bodies, but there would be about 100 years ago that the crew expired. That the Phantom Drive shunted you so far across the universe that you had no clue. There was nothing for them to latch onto to even get home. They just had to kind of extrapolate in the dark to try to make it back. The ship has been collecting data for the last 400 years in space, and between space and phantom space. Information coming through is that when you're in phantom space, time seems to operate differently. And they still haven't been able to figure out why, but the crew has been experiencing different points in time, both forward and past. They've encountered ships from Earth that were, hundreds of years advanced, and then they've actually known that they were in the past because, found probes and things like that that had been launched from Earth. It's crazy. So, what do you guys do?
Folks, I have
relayed that message.
Yep, I'd tell you everything I found. I'd just say, look, time's all over the place. I don't know what's happened, but all I can say is those versions of us did die here, but somehow we haven't yet. We're still here, and we still have a chance to get out of this.
But if we've already seen our future, isn't that what's going to happen?
Somehow, from what I understand, somehow we've crossed over from a different timeline. Those were us, but we're still us. And we're not dead yet, so we need to keep it together. And we need to focus on finding a way out of this and back to Earth. Can I use can I make that little speech be a anecdote?
Yes.
And give everyone an asset?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good number one.
So you hear cutscene back to Vance.
It's firing at me, I'm guessing?
It puts its gun down towards you, and it goes. Turns its head to the side like this.
I'm bracing to get hit.
And then it takes the gun and it goes. Vaporizes itself. Give me an intellect defense save.
I rolled a 6.
Nice. So when it vaporizes itself, it basically looks at you and goes, you hear a disembodied voice, sounds very much like your own. It goes, your soul is worth nothing. You are worth nothing.
And then it just vaporizes.
And you will be the one to bring your friends to us. And because you failed that roll, yeah, you feel this urge to kind of go end your friends.
All right. I start walking towards the control room. Or the bridge or wherever everyone is. I start walking.
Okay.
Slowly.
Yep.
It's just, I'm being quiet on purpose. This is just a long, like, stroll of me just being quiet with my gun ready as I approach the bridge. I don't know how the door's open, but the door's open.
Yeah.
It's wide open, whatever. And I just step into the room, my gun ready.
Graves steps onto the. I'm sorry. Vance steps onto the bridge. Any of you look at him?
I mean,
Vance.
I would assume I would be sitting in the cockpit trying to figure out where the hell we were going to go on the ship. So,
Right.
And I would say, Vance, why have you left your station? What have you got to report?
Do you look at him?
I look at.
Yes.
I mean, I also look at him when he speaks to me.
Vance's eyes are jet black. No pupil, no whites of the iris, just black.
I drug him.
I mean, if she leaps at me and does it, I mean, I'll try to defend myself, but it depends on how you want to play this out, Dean.
Well, at this moment, your character kind of belongs to me anyway, but yeah. Go ahead, Zhao. Give me an initiative roll.
Do I get one too, or do I just have a target number at this point?
You got a target number.
I'll take it. I don't got a target number. Let's go.
I got a 3. Wait,
You
I'm
rolled a
gonna
3.
re-roll it.
Definitely want to re-roll it.
I got a 7.
Okay. So Zhao leaps towards you. What do you do, Vance?
I
What's your
move out.
response?
It well, depends on how they're coming at me, but it would either be to dodge out of the way or to move out of the way and then backhand her as she walks, like, misses me. But I don't know how you want me to play that out.
So, Zhao, give me a defense roll.
With the cannon arm, too. That has the cannon
Oh
arm.
man, the cannon hand.
Yeah.
Got a 10.
So, Zhao, you get smacked in the back of the head. She sidesteps you with the cannon arm. You take 3 points of might damage.
Ow!
And I
Damn
turn
it.
to
Stop
look at the
wiggling.
rest of everyone. And
What are you guys doing?
I point my my shit at them.
Hold him still for me.
Talos?
I'm going to actually attempt to restrain Vance.
So is everybody gonna rush Vance to try to take him down, or are y'all just one at a time?
Because I should be a big guy compared to y'all.
I'm gonna use demeanor of command, to try to talk Vance down, and say, Vance, buddy, come on, this is your team.
Give
Put
me
the
a roll.
weapon down.
I'm still aiming it.
What is it? Intellect.
I'm not going to run by
Intellect, yeah.
myself to tackle him if no one else is tackling him.
I'm tackling him.
So I'm
gonna use
Very
effort.
interesting. Yeah.
So you and the captain are attempting to tackle him.
Yeah.
No, I'm the little guy, so I'm attempting to assist the captain.
Okay,
Get
so
him!
I don't know
Captain-
why it's rolling twice for me, but it's
Okay, I see it, Captain. You
Yep.
have you have an asset to tackle him.
Okay, I rolled 16.
Okay, so Bukai, you're starting to talk him down, and he pauses for just long enough for the captain and Graves to, bowl him over. What are you doing,
I'm
Zhao?
struggling to throw them off me.
Give me both of you go give me a might defense roll to hold Vance in place.
You see
Zhao,
Graves
give
just
me
like
a speed roll to see if you can get him with your drugs.
Graves just like hugging my ankles. Like
I
got him, Cap.
I'm apply a level effort to the roll, and I got a 6 with my level effort.
Oh, I got a 12.
Did you roll with Zhao?
No, sorry.
But as I'm struggling, you hear a voice that sounds like a modulated. What is it?
I got a 6.
Vance voice, and he's like, "It is useless, futile," and he's like knocking him off of him.
Right, and basically you kick your leg, and Graves goes sliding across the floor like he has before the evening.
Why am I always penguin it around?
Talos,
Just fling him away.
Talos, you get slung off his what's the name? Or just
My
slung,
shoulder.
and you kind of hit the wall.
Yeah.
And Zhao, you go to shoot him again, shoot him up again, and he backhands you with the other hand, and just he does that rise up off the floor. He doesn't even push his hands; he just comes up onto his feet.
Oh, it's like what? It's never mind. I was gonna make a vague reference.
But he just comes up onto his feet, and everything fades to black. You guys wake up.
What?
In your tubes again.
What? What just happened?
What is going on?
Why do I got a stomach burn?
I pop the tubes open again.
Yep.
Look around again. Like, guys, we're stuck in a time loop.
Definitely some temporal distortion.
All right,
And the computer says,
just to sedate everybody right away.
That's the answer to everything.
Go night night. Go night night.
Everybody
I drug 'em.
their alien.
and the tubes open up,
I get out.
and a couple of seconds later, the door opens to the ship, and standing there is the guy is
Virgin Mary.
director is the director of the space program, and he goes, well, I guess this endeavor isn't as promising as we thought it might be. Well, that's a few years. We did tell you for volunteering for this, we would take a few years off of your sentences.
What?
And he steps to the side and he goes, guards, take these animals back to their cells.
I am a world-renowned sedator. I mean,
Yes.
doctor.
And 5 guards just come in. They got these cattle prod like tasers, and they tase you guys, and you are knocked out. When you wake up, you have fleeting memories. You're all criminals. You were all volunteered for this experimental program to test out some scientific discoveries. You really don't know where you've been, but you remember Vance. And when you look at yourself, Vance, you realize you have 2 normal arms. You're just a normal person. Zhao, you're not the beautiful young woman that you were when you were in the pods. You realize you're much older. Your prime days are gone. And you remember that you were a murderer.
I was probably a serial killer.
Yes.
Go night night forever.
I would have guessed a drug addict.
Graves, your memory is that you were a second story man. You used to do lots of burglaries and things like that. And you actually burgled one house, but caused a mishap that caused the house to burn down, and you killed 3 children. Talos.
What's up with my bobblehead?
Oh yeah, you do. You have a bobblehead, but it's not the Virgin Mary.
Oh.
It's the body and just a spring.
Oh no!
Talos. Your memories start to flood back in, and you remember that you were Talos the Dark, big crime boss. You sold drugs, you did human trafficking, the whole 9. None of you were good people. Kai, you were, a noted strong guy. You were a noted, knee breaker. So all of you were very bad people, but you've been put in the facility. This is an off the books black site, and you're all in your cells remembering who you were. And that's when you hear over the intercoms, "Don't worry, girls. We're going to pick up where we left off. We'll eventually rehabilitate you. Or, for the most part, we really don't care about that, but we will perfect the technology."
Start to laugh.
And then everything fades to black. Thank you for playing Phantom Overdrive, people.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dean.
Thanks, Dean.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I did not expect the twist at the end. It was definitely a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys out there enjoyed it. Definitely had a lot of fun. Yeah. So any last thoughts, guys? Any final thoughts? I
just want to say that to our golden ones, we love and appreciate every single one of you guys, and this was a pleasure getting a game with you, and it's awesome. You know how we feel about you guys are the greatest.
Yes.
Thank you.
And from me out there, the same thing. You know what? I gotta be up in about 5 hours. I gotta go to work in the morning.
Oh,
but
bless you.
This was definitely worth, the little bit of tired that I'm gonna have to contend with tomorrow.
Oh boy.
You guys are awesome. I hope you enjoyed the game.
That was brilliant.
It's a little different. It's still horror.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys are gonna, we can pick this up and you guys can continue to be tortured. Tortured souls.
Yeah, it's been a blast. Again, just like Anthony said, we really appreciate you Golden One so much, and I'm very happy that we got a game together. But yeah, I think we had a great game. About time to close out the stream. Yeah,
Quick thing. Ask the Golden Ones if there's anywhere they could be reached on social media if they want to plug anything.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to plug anything, go for it.
Sure.
Sharp or whatever.
I post my Twitter on the Discord occasionally. I wouldn't say regularly, but I'm sorry. I'm just looking it up real quick. It's
You're ahead of me.
at JohnnyZ808 on Twitter.
Nice.
And whoever else wants to go next.
I won't bother with tweeting. You'll just find me occasionally, but just feel free to message me on the Discord server, or if you catch me on Facebook, that's great. Let's see.
Shar?
You can find me most places as Irregardless. And if anybody needs some graphic design, look me up.
Irregardless did our logo.
Yeah, we can see it right away. Let me point at it.
Yeah.
Unlimited.
If you like our logos, then you're gonna like their work. They're awesome.
But yeah, it has been a blast. thank you again so much. It's been a while since we did an actual play. It was a lot of fun. And again, look forward to it being on YouTube if you want to rewatch any moments. And share it with friends who didn't have a chance to watch it live. I'm definitely going to be posting that sometime shortly. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. Be sure to follow our Twitch page if you haven't, our Twitch channel, to see when we go live again. Hopefully we'll have another event planned soon. Because this went pretty darn well, I think. It was a lot of fun. There were no real technical hiccups, so that's always a plus. And yeah, so thank you again so much. Thank you again, Golden Ones. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, viewers out there. You all are awesome. And yeah, from us at the CU, we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.